All right, welcome back. I got a Vice story for you. The last one was clean. This was a little bit dirty, so you might want to have your children leave the room. Yeah, it is kind of gross. It is kind of gross. Maybe even ladies that might be a little bit sensitive, you might want to leave the room and let the guys look at it. Or if you're a tough lady, then look at it. I don't care. I'd rather have more people look at it than not, okay? Anyway, we get a call to work a certain park up around Griffith Park, and they'd had a lot of complaints about men running through the bushes, these big, huge 6-8 foot bushes all over the place, naked, but not necessarily bad about being naked, because I know some people say that naked is not necessarily lewd, okay? But these guys were playing with themselves. They were masturbating, okay, in the bushes. They would hide in the bushes, look out at other males, okay, because these are mostly homosexual gentlemen, and guys in the park laying out and sunning themselves or whatever, and then they would play themselves in the bushes, and then somebody would see them and scream, and or whatever, women or children. And you can imagine being at a park with your family and you look over there's a guy over there doing that, okay? So we get complaints. So we would run task forces. I mean, we'd call other vice units. Remember, all these different divisions only have like 4 vice cops, 2 sergeants. We don't have hundreds of vice cops. The whole city probably had, I don't know, 60 for 4.5 million people, maybe 80 at the most, okay? Not a lot of resources, and that's true. They shouldn't use a lot of resources because it's vice, and you don't want to be out there running around, doing a lot of stuff maybe you shouldn't be doing. Just do the basics. So they had like 10 of us in this park. So we teamed up as partners, and the biggest signal in the park is you can't see each other most of the time. All you can do is hear each other. Is coughing, and your cough means you got a violation. And what we do is we had these paths going through, through the bushes, going up in the hills and stuff, and you'd walk along the path. Plain clothes, of course, and then you have your partner kind of behind you watching you, or you kind of watch each other as you kind of move in unison down these paths, and you're basically fishing, looking for somebody to catch something. Maybe I should use that term, but anyway. And so what happens is someone will either key on you or your partner. In this case, it keyed on me. Why? I'm the ugliest man in the world, but everybody, to someone there's always someone, right? Okay. So I'm walking in front, and I can see my partner back there. I keep eye contact with each other because these guys like to fight. And a lot of times the reason why they like to fight is over half of them are married, okay, with children. This isn't your male single going out there trolling. These are various people with various backgrounds, various jobs, and over half are married with kids, because I arrested them and they tell me they're married. And they show me pictures of their family, and their wives come down and bail them out, and how do you explain that to your wife? Oh, but anyway, another story. But so they want to fight. They don't want, and even if you're not married with children, you don't want to go to jail, okay? So I'm walking and I hear shh, shh, and I look over and I give my partner a signal, that stand by, and he moves off the trail so he's not be seen. And I know he's watching me because I did the same thing with him. And I look over and here's a guy, he's got his hair combed back, kind of fluffy, like a Hollywood type kind of fluffy hair. He's got one of those, we call them white beater t-shirts, they kind of come down to here, not the kind I'm wearing. And then he has a really short shorts, kind of like cut. And he's looking like this, he's posing, and I'm looking over like, oh, like I approve, and I'm thinking, I have to get a violation before I get this guy, so he looks and he smiles, and then of course he drops his shorts, okay, and he's got no underwear on because they don't wear underwear, it gets in the way, okay. So he's standing there and I'm looking at him and I'm nodding my head, and I'm giving my partner a signal, looks good, and my partner starts moving up, and I always moving up because I did the same thing. We have this planned ahead of time. And then he starts playing with himself. Okay, well, there's your violation. Okay, anybody can walk the path. I'm not in somebody's backyard or anything like that. This is in the public park, and so we can do that. So I look over and he starts playing with himself, and I go, okay, that's the signal. And what I do is I wait for the suspect to react to my partner, because he already knows I might be one of them. Okay, but so I wait. I start moving slowly to him, like I'm nodding my head, like this is pretty cool. And then here comes my partner running up the path. And as soon as he's my partner, well, he's already distracted, then I jump him, okay? Well, I didn't get close enough. He saw him too soon, so he's running. Well, I'll call it running, but with your shorts down to your ankles, you can't run very far, okay? So he turns to run, and of course he's already stumbled on his shorts, and he's stumbling, trying to keep himself up, and I'm right behind him, and so is my partner. I just shouldn't say right behind him. Well, anyway, that might be a double entendre. But anyway, right behind him, and of course he's stumbling, and of course once he's stumbling, we've learned that when somebody's stumbling, you just push them. It's a simple maneuver. You don't grab them because inertia is he's going forward. So why push him backwards? You just push him. And of course at the same time you fall on him to make sure he doesn't get away, because they'll fall and they'll scramble off. So I pushed him, he starts to fall over, and I'm on top of him, and I basically hear the proverbial as the chest area gets plunged by a 235-pound Mexican. Okay, and then of course my partner runs up and we grab his arms. Of course he's screaming, help me, you know, and so we cuff him and finally told him that we're vice. Okay, we're kind of busy, you know, and our hands don't want to have a badge in there. And I've always done this before on some of my other stories. I like to wait till the last minute to tell people I'm the police. Kind of fun, kind of funny. So look up some of these stories on realcopstoriesvideos.com. Okay, ladies peeing on themselves, gang members pooping on themselves because we don't tell them we're the cops to the very last second. Okay, pretty cool. So he's screaming, we pick him up, and of course he's, you know, naked from the waist down, and his private parts are all wet. Okay, that's why I said this is a gross alert, because you know why they're wet, guys. It's not from urine, it's from the other fluid that comes out when you have sex. Okay, and so he's all flustered, and so we pick him up and we're walking him back, and you know, yeah, I need to put my shorts on. You're not doing anything. That's the way we caught you. Where you stay. Well, what? I said, and then what are we gonna do? Zip up your shorts? You know, well, yeah, no, we're not gonna dress you. Okay. So we walked him back right to the park, right to the command post. And they had a blanket. We got there. They wrapped him in a blanket. But all that had time, he's walking naked. And he's going, oh, this is embarrassing. Oh, my God. Oh, I have a wife and children. Oh, my God. I said, really? It wasn't embarrassing when you're playing with yourself in front of me. Was that embarrassing? Oh, that's different. I was in the bushes. I said, well, no, it's not different, okay? You can't do this, and now you're embarrassed. Oh, okay, good. That's a good one. Now you're embarrassed, okay? So the police got you in handcuffs. That should be embarrassing. Not what you know, anyway. He's embarrassed about that, but not what he did. All right. So we put him in there, and they wrapped him in a blanket, and we processed him, and that was the end of that. So we did several of those. I won't lament some of the other ones. It was almost the same thing, only a reverse thing. My partner's in front, I'm in back. Same thing. We did this all day. I think they probably made like 25 arrests in about 3 or 4 hours. It's just incredible. Because as soon as you clear the area and move off, if there's anybody watching, they think, oh, they're gone, and off they go again. You know, it's incredible. That was pretty cool. So watch what you're doing, and this is why we do this sort of thing. Get complaints. All right, I hope you enjoyed the story, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.